Well, hello, friends. Real quick before we kick off the episode, I have to let you know about something exciting. I am seriously considering having an upgraded version of this podcast where you get bonus episodes and exclusive content. But here's the deal, I'm trying to decide what that content and those episodes should be. I do have some ideas, and I was wondering if you could vote really quick and tell me what you think about what would entice you, what would be interesting to you to get as bonus episodes on this podcast. For example, deeper dives into topics. Maybe I'm answering questions that many of you ask about starting or growing a business. Maybe even overhearing coaching calls, something like this. It would be a paid, upgraded version of this podcast, not very expensive at all, probably just a handful of dollars a month, but it be extra content for you to help you along your journey. My whole goal is to help you build your business dream. And I would love to offer you even more because some of you are asking for it. So if you could just look down in the show notes right now, there's two ways you can give me your answers. Number one, I have a Google form with 5 quick questions. It can be anonymous. You just answer them and vote on what would be interesting to you. Or number two, I have a voice memo system. You can just click it and you could just leave a voice memo with your phone right now and just record it and tell me what kind of topics, what things would be interesting to you behind the scenes, market news, what would be things that would be extra that would be really valuable to you. So thank you all so much. Okay, on to the episode.
Well, hello, this is Kimberly Brock, and for over 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. So now I'm on a mission to help other new business owners just like you make money doing what you love too. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started.
Well, hello, this is Kimberly. It's episode 205, and I am so glad that you're here today because I'm talking to you about all the random stuff you are doing in your business, which is leading you to random sales. Now, we do not want random sales, right? We want consistent sales that bring us predictable income. Right? You want predictable income, but you doing all this random stuff all the time that's not focused and not really with a true strategy is causing all this inconsistency in your business, all this random sales, and you're not getting the leads that you need consistently all the time. So we're going to talk about this today. I'm so glad you're here. If you're new, welcome. I'm so glad that you found this podcast. I have no doubt it's going to help you along your business journey, whether you're starting and planning your business or whether you're growing your new one now. You are in the right place. I'm so happy for you. I'm sure you're offering a product or a service or a program that is near and dear to your heart, and you're exactly who I love to help. So I'm so glad you're here. If you're new, you can get plugged in as well. I want to let you know that I have a free Facebook group. It's called Women Starting Businesses Doing What We Love. You're welcome to get in there and now have a community of women who are also starting their businesses too. And you can ask all those silly questions. You can get feedback. You can get help anytime you want it, 24/7. We have such helpful, supportive people in the group, and I know that they will help you too. So we have weekly posts in there that are so much fun to keep you active, and I'm just so happy for you. So make sure you click the link. If you scroll down right now in the show notes, you're going to see a link to the Facebook group. You're going to click the link. It's going to take you over to Facebook. You're going to have 3 quick questions, answer those, and then you'll be in a little bit of a holding pattern. And once I review yours, I will approve you and have you come in the group. And if you haven't gotten your business started yet, then make sure you get my free tools to do that, because I want you to hurry and get your business started so I can help you start growing it. Okay? Because I know you want to start making money doing this. So if you haven't opened your business yet, go down, get the 16-step checklist for starting your business. Make sure you're on track. And then I also have a business Ikigai guide. And Ikigai is a Japanese term that means reason for being. That helps you kind of figure out what type of business you're meant to start if you're kind of stuck in that idea stage. So make sure you grab those free resources right now. And if you've been listening a while, thank you to all my loyal listeners. Y'all are wonderful. And if you've been listening a while too, you know that I help you get your new business growing. And I just released a new training. I'm super excited about it. It's how to turn your business into a growth machine. Oh yes, you need to have it as a growth machine. We're not just randomly getting sales. We're not just randomly getting interested people. We're actually putting a strategy to it, and I teach you the strategy. So all you have to do, you can DM me on Instagram if you want. If you're an Instagram person and you're listening right now, just flip over to Instagram. Start with Kimberly Brock is my handle. you can DM me the word machine. Just DM machine and you'll get an automatic reply that'll give you the link to the free training. It's a video training and I think it's about 16 minutes or so. I'll have to look at the exact timing, but it's to walk you through how to turn your business into a growth machine so you can get those consistent and predictable sales. Okay. And so I've just released that. Again, do that, or you can scroll down in the show notes. I do have a link in the show notes as well. You can scroll down right now and get that growth machine training. So make sure you grab those. Again, I just created it. And I'm really focused on helping you all get your business growing and getting those consistent sales, because there's nothing worse than opening your business and being super excited about it and putting all your time and energy and money into it. And then you're not getting like the regular sales that you need. So I want to make sure that doesn't happen to you and that you can get this thing moving. So that is it. On to the episode. Well, hello. How are you? How's everything going today? I'm just chomping at the bit, wondering, is it champing at the bit? Actually, I heard that the other day. It's champing at the bit. My husband corrected me. I said chomping at the bit. It's champing at the bit. Did y'all know this? Anyways, are y'all champing at the bit to get your business growing and making those predictable sales? I know you are. I'm so happy for you. And today we're talking about all the random stuff you're doing in your business. Is this you? I want you to think about it right now. Are you randomly working on your business and doing things and getting random sales because of it? Well, it's time you focus, okay? And that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to tell you about the 3 ways that I see new business owners doing random things leading to random sales, and how you can start switching that right now and have like an actual strategy, have a method to your madness. That's what we all need, right? We need a method to our madness. Now, I know this is not going to be perfect for us all the time, because a lot of us that are new business owners are idea people. We come up with exciting, fun ideas. We have creative thinking. We want to create this or that, or offer this and offer that. And I think a lot of times we lose focus. Is this you? Do you feel like you lose focus? And I know some people actually have ADD and all these things that really do hamper you when you try to focus. But in general, just know, everyone listening, whether you have ADD or not, we all lose focus sometimes because we are creatives and we have other ideas, right? And we have things that we want to work on. But my job here, and especially in Grow Getters, is to help you focus on what matters so you can get consistent leads and sales, okay? And focus on just doing those few things that matter. Have you ever heard the 80-20 rule? It's like I've heard the example used with your closet, like 80% of the time you wear 20% of your clothes. Is this you? I know this was me a long time ago, and I cleared out a ton of stuff in my closet so that I would be wearing things more, but literally still like 80% of the time I'm still wearing 20% of my stuff. I wear the same kind of shorts all the time, different workout stuff. Actually, it's probably now 70% of the time I'm wearing 30% of my stuff. So it's gotten a little bit better. It's gotten a little bit better, but I want you to think about it for your business. Like the time that you're spending working on your business, like all this time that you're working, say 80% of the time that you're working on your business, that's not even what's really bringing you sales. That's not even what's bringing you leads and sales. And I want you to get where the time that you're spending working on your business is time well spent. It's time that is actually turning into leads and sales. And y'all know this is what we do in Grow Getters. So if you're a Grow Getter and you're listening, you know this is what we do. We turn your new business into a growth machine. And when you get in Grow Getters, you're going to learn how to do it too. I keep you focused on like, this is what matters to growing your business. I know we all get caught up in the bells and whistles, and we want the most beautiful logo, the most beautiful website, the most pretty packaging, or the most amazing service or product offering. We want everything to be top of the line, awesome. And what you have to realize is when you're in the early stages of your business, everything is not going to be perfect. It's not going to be presented in the 100% best way. Like, it's just not. And you have to get over it. You have to get over it. This is not going to be your end all be all moment in your business. When you launch and when you start selling, it's going to be the beginning where you get to keep adding on. It's like if you're baking a cake. Right now, you're just baking the cake. You're not putting all the icing on. You're not putting all the little flowers on the top or whatever. You're not putting birthday candles. You're not putting all the final frosting, the colored this and that. You're not doing any of that. Right now, you are baking a cake. That's all you are doing, and you are not decorating it to the T. Now, you can put a little something in there, and you can put like one coat of like a pretty frosting, But we're not doing all the fancy stuff yet. We're going to get there though. That's the good news, is you're going to get there. You're going to have a beautiful cake when this is all done. Okay? But right now, we've got to focus on what matters. Okay? So today, I'm talking you through all the random crud you're doing in your business that is wasting time and not leading you to more leads and sales. Okay. If you don't know what leads are, I talked about them last week in episode 204. You can go back and listen. It's people that are actually interested in buying your stuff. They're potential customers. Okay. And if you're not attracting your right people and turning them into potential customers, then you're not going to get the sales that you need. Okay. Okay. So let's go through these 3 things. These are the 3 things that I see new business owners doing that is cannibalizing their time and not leading to leads and sales. Number 1, they're doing random work on their business without focus. Every day they sit down and they randomly they just choose something to start working on. Okay. Now, random is good in some instances. Like even with my podcast episodes, when I sit down, y'all, I have a list in my notes app on my phone that also is on my Mac computer. I sit down, I have a list of possible episodes that I want to do. And I've come up with them maybe in the previous week. I'll type a couple, like I had 3 or 4 ideas earlier this week. Most of the time I'm on a walk or something and I like type them really quick so that when I sit down to record, I have ideas and I can pick my favorite one. So it's kind of good because I have a lot of random ideas listed in there and then I can pick one and go with it. That is fine for a podcast episode. Okay, for this is excusable. But for you and I both, when we're actually working on our business, we're figuring out, okay, do we have our links up so that people can purchase? Do we have the product listing or the service listing? Do we have our product or service ready for sale? And what marketing can we be working on right now that's focused, that's driving business for maybe a particular product we want to, drive business to, et cetera, or certain people that we want to reach? What are you doing every day when you sit down? Do you have like a plan? And I'm not saying you have to be like super regimented, because sometimes I think being too regimented makes you inflexible. And if you're not flexible, then you become rigid and you become just like a robot and you become annoyed when people interrupt you. I think the bigger picture is to say, okay, what do I need to get done today? What do I need to focus on that's going to make sure that my products can actually be purchased, my products or services? Or what do I need to do to get them finished so that they're ready? And then what do I need to do to start sharing that so that I can create desire for it so people can buy? So a lot of you are doing random work. You're sitting down and then you're like, oh, let me get on Canva and I need to tweak my logo. And that's fine if you want to set a timer for 10 minutes and work on your logo, but you're getting totally sidetracked from actually generating business. Okay. And you have a new business. You have got to get business. It's this whole like cycle that like, if you get stuck working on other things, you're not going to get the sales you need and you're not going to grow and you're not going to have extra money to be able to put back into the business to do the things you want so you can hire more people and offer what you want to offer in a way that you want to offer it. Right? So randomly working on your business is not helping you. It's leading to random sales. It's leading to random work leads to random sales. And you have to stop that. And you have to be specific and focused on what you need to be doing right now to generate leads and sales. Okay. So that's number 1 thing. A lot of you are just doing random work. You sit down working on a logo or some kind of printable thing that doesn't really matter to driving business. And right now you've got to work on getting new clients and customers. Okay. Number 2, you're randomly appearing around. Like you have no consistency to how you're showing up. Now, this podcast is my visibility method. And again, if you're in Grow Getters, you know what I'm talking about. When you get in Grow Getters, you'll know what I'm talking about. That I'm big on picking a visibility method, okay, where you are showing up consistently. People see you all the time. You're top of mind. You're reminded. My visibility method is this podcast. Y'all know I've come here every week for the past 4 years. It is something, almost 4 years. It's something that people expect and they know. And I constantly come up on Apple Podcasts. I've remained top ranked, right? And it's consistent. And it's predictable. And I can see how many people, then get on my email list or get in my Facebook group. And that turns into leads, right? So I'm consistently showing up that way. I've started to show up more on social. So again, if you're on Instagram, you can go to Start with Kimberly Brock. I am on there. And you can start seeing me there. Okay. So I'm finding my way with social. It hasn't been my way historically with my businesses. It's not how I've grown them. I've not grown mine on social. I know, heaven forbid someone hasn't grown their businesses on social. It can happen. You can have very successful businesses without hardly doing anything on social media. I know that's hard for anyone to believe. Okay. But you can. Okay. My past businesses, I wasn't hardly on social at all, hardly. And they were both multi-six-figure businesses. Now, it was a different time. And my business relied on Google rankings. And I would get on the first page for a lot of the products that I sold. I knew how to do that. And so that helped me, right? But that was my visibility method, was Google search results. That's how I got found, right? This is how I get found now with my podcast. So you have to choose a way, whether it be doing lives on social or being on social all the time. If you're really good at social, more power to you. Do it all the time and keep doing it. Okay. Because if it's working, right? Maybe you're on YouTube. Maybe you have a blog. Maybe you network with people a lot socially. Maybe you are at farmers markets or vendor shows, or you do speaking events. It can be any way that you want that's in alignment with you. And I talk about this all the time in Grow Getters. Like, this has to be in alignment with you, or it's not going to work. It's just not going to work if it's not in alignment with you, right? But if you're randomly appearing around and you like show up one day on social and then you ghost everybody, you ghost all your fans for like weeks, and then you go and you're a guest on somebody's podcast, and then you're never doing that again. And then you're on a live, or you do this, and that's what you do for a year. People don't have a consistent way to see you. Okay. And that's not good, because those random appearances are leading to random sales. Random appearances equal random sales. Stop doing that. Pick a method that works for you. Right? So again, let's review before I go to number 3. Random work equals random sales. That means you're just totally discombobulated when you're working every day. You're sitting down, your desk is a mess. You don't know what you should focus on, and it's hard. And I get it. If that's you, make sure you look into Grow Getters, because I'm there to keep you focused on what matters in growing your business right now. Okay. And there's a link down below in the show notes. But you have to be focused on work that matters right now and not getting sidetracked on putting bells and whistles and doing all this stuff that you don't need to be doing. Okay. Number 2, random appearances equal random sales. People don't have you as, on their mind. You're not top of mind. And we all know our attention spans are so absolutely short right now. Mine has gotten so short. We have all fallen victim to this. I know we like to say stuff about the kids these days. The kids these days have no attention span. Let's get real for a minute. None of us have long attention spans anymore. We expect everything to be fast. We expect TV shows to come out immediately and we can binge, 13 episodes. And I shouldn't even say TV shows, because that just dated me. It's like Netflix shows or Hulu or whatever should be coming out 20 episodes at once. And my husband and I were sitting down talking yesterday, and he was like, we were talking about, we lived in New York City, and he was like, oh, remember we went to that theater? I even remember the movie that we saw. We saw Jerry Maguire at that movie theater, and he was looking it up to back up what he had said. And sure enough, it was like the year we had gotten married. We lived in New York City, and he was right. That was the year we'd seen the movie. And I was thinking, remember, we waited on that. It came out and it was months before we actually saw it. And I think nowadays, something comes out either at the movie theater or even on Netflix or whatever, we want to see it right now. If we hear about it and we want to watch it, and then we're like, what? When those certain shows put out one episode, you're like, what are they doing? This is unacceptable. We need 13 episodes right now. I need season 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you have to wait. Literally everything, even on social, anything I look at, y'all, our attention spans are so short. So if you are making random appearances, then you are getting lost in the abyss. You are getting lost in the abyss, and people don't even remember you. Okay. They don't remember they saw you. They don't remember what you offer. They may remember something you did one time. They're like, oh, there's that girl. But then you ghost everybody for months and months. And they're like, oh, there she is again. 2 months later, she looks different. Her hair's different. No, you need to be, whatever you're doing, it needs to be all in. Okay. And you pick one method. Okay. So that's number 2. Number 3, random words equals random sales. Random words equals random sales. And if you're in Grow Getters, again, you know what I'm talking about. And if you're in one of my recent trainings, you know what I'm talking about, because random words that you use don't hit home with people when you keep changing them. Okay. You have to come up and craft the wording that you share when you're speaking to people and when you are on social, when you have it on your website, everywhere that you appear, you need to have a consistent message that needs to be succinct and clear. And I'll tell you, this takes a while. A lot of times the wording that you use takes a while to really nail down. Okay. It's hard at first because you're like, you want to say this long sentence for what you do when you tell people or how something can help them. And you really have to tweak the words that you share. And every time you show up anywhere, it's the same message. It's like when I had my online gift boutiques. Okay. One of them was Monogram Gifts. So anywhere and everywhere, I have a Monogram Gifts boutique. I sell Monogram gifts. It was never wavering. And that's easy when you have a product business. Okay. It's easy. When you have a service business, so my heart goes out to all of you that have a service coaching, consulting, any kind of business like that, because I feel your pain. Coming up with the words can sometimes be hard because sometimes you are not even clear what you're offering. So how do you come up with words for it? It was so much easier when I had my boutiques because like my other store was baby and kids collegiate fan gear. And that's what we said all the time. It's fan gear. All college teams, Texas Longhorn, Michigan, Florida, whatever. It was all baby stuff, crib bedding, all that stuff. It was so much fun. Pacifiers, bottles that were all themed with the school logo. I didn't make any of it. I resold all of it like a store, but I was online. But my message was the same all the time. There was nothing that was different where people are like, I wasn't, and that website, by the way, was called Kids Are Fans Too. And it's not like all of a sudden I popped in and sold plants or something on there. And I'm like, oh, I have plants today. They'd be like, what? She sold fan gear. What is happening? You know, I'm not an Amazon. I'm not a store like Target or Walmart or anything that has a whole bunch of stuff. I only had fan gear, kids, collegiate fan gear. Okay. So you have to think about your business. Are you sharing a consistent message? Are you sharing a consistent message across all platforms, wherever you are, whatever you say, all that? Because random words equals random sales because people don't understand. We have short attention spans. We need to get it. You need to talk to us like a third grader because otherwise we're on to the next thing. If you make my brain do mental gymnastics to figure out what you do, then you have lost me. When you confuse, you lose. When you confuse, you lose. We know this. Your words have to be super clear. It's leading you to random sales when you're not clear about what you do. I help new business owners get growing. That's the gist of what I do. Okay? New business owners get growing. And you're going to see that everywhere because that's what I'm doing. Now, when I first started, I was helping new business owners get started. And that's what I was saying all the time. Well, my business has shifted. I didn't know it was going to shift. I thought it was always going to be helping people get started. And what I realized was there was a bigger problem. People did have a problem getting started. But what I found was after coaching and then starting Grow Getters, I'm like, oh my gosh, the problem is they're not making consistent, predictable income. And the reason why they're not able to do that because they never really figured out a strategy for how to grow. They don't even have a strategy. I need to help people get growing. This is ridiculous. They can't have this awesome business with these fabulous products and services that are so valuable and not have a way to get them out into the world without being a weirdo. And without being salesy or having to pay for ads right now. Like, I don't want y'all to have to do that. I know from personal experience that there's a way to grow your business that's simple and feels in alignment with you. And you can start making that predictable income you need. And that's why I created Grow Getters. Okay. And so now I help new business owners get growing. Super simple. I share that all the time. That's what I do. Okay. Now you've probably heard me maybe in the past saying I help you get good at marketing. I do help you get good at marketing because when I help you with the strategy for how you're going to grow your business, it naturally translates to all of your marketing. So whatever marketing you now do, if you do end up paying for Facebook ads or doing other types of promotions, it's now going to be a lot more effective because you've already done the groundwork that I teach in Grow Getters. But now I'm saying, I'm helping you get growing. So what is your message? What is your message to people? What is your message? If you're not clear and consistent with all your words, then good luck, because people are going to be confused and you're going to lose. So let's review. All this random stuff that you're working on in your business is equaling random sales in 3 big ways. Number 1, your daily work. Your random daily work is equaling random sales. Random work equals random sales. You need to get focused on what matters to growing your business. Okay. Number 2, random appearances equal random sales. You're not top of mind. You're just willy-nilly going around. I love the word willy-nilly. Going around, showing up. Everybody's forgetting about you and you're amazing. And we don't want to forget about you, but we do, because we're a victim of this whole landscape that we're all living in right now. Okay. And number 3, your random words are equaling random sales, because nobody's really clear about what you do and what you offer. You cannot be random. You have to be consistent about everything so that you can grow this business and get the consistent sales and the predictable income that I know you have been yearning for, because when you get that, you know you're getting to make more impact. I mean, think about it. The more sales you get, the more impact you can make on this world. And how awesome is that? I know the majority of you that are listening, and my grow getters too, they are doing this. You are doing this because you seek fulfillment in your life. I know this because this is me too. And for you, it's come in the form of this business. It's something that you can create special, all your own. You can use the God-given gifts and the skills and the passions that you have and help others and make money doing what you love while you're at it. How awesome is that? How fortunate are we that we get to live in a time to do this? I think it's wonderful. So again, no more random stuff. You're going to start being focused and consistent so you can grow your business already. So that is it. Thank you all for listening. If you're here today, again, I've got the free video training for you for how to turn your new business into a growth machine. And I go through the 5 steps with you. They're simple steps. They're what you need to do to start getting consistent sales so you can make predictable income. Okay. So make sure you can either DM me, start with Kimberly Brock, and just put machine, and it will send you the link. Hopefully, if this, I don't know if you're listening to this in like 4 years and then maybe it doesn't work, but hopefully it'll work today. But DM me, I will help you. And then you can always scroll down in the show notes too, because I have all that stuff down there, whatever's easier for you. So that's it. Y'all have a great day. Until next time, bye now.
Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com, and yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.